Hi, welcome to the Digital Yacht how-to video series. In today's video we're going to be looking at a brand new BOATraNET product which has just started to ship. Now BOATraNET is an innovative web server for boats that basically reads all the NMEA data on the vessel and generates dynamic web pages that you can look at whilst you're at sea. You don't need to be connected to the internet at all. It generates everything locally and creates its own wireless hotspot. So let's have a look at how we connect to BOATraNET and how we can use some of the many innovative features that it has. So I'm going to connect today through a Windows XP laptop, but you could just as easily connect through iPhone, iPad, Google Android phone, any device that's got a wireless adapter and a modern internet browser. So I'm just going to double click on the wireless manager icon, and you'll notice in the list of wireless devices available in my area, the top one is our Digital Yacht BOATraNET. Now the last four digits of this are unique to the BOATraNET, so yours will be a different four digits on the end. But you basically just double click on that and it asks you for a password because this is the first time we've connected to it, and the password is easily enough BOATraNET. So I'm just going to type that in. You have to type it in twice on Windows XP. So it's BOATRANET, all lowercase, all one word, connect. So what it's doing now is my PC is getting an IP address from BOATraNET, and after a few seconds it should say connected. There we go, all connected. So that's us connected to BOATraNET. Now we use our browser to actually go in and look at BOATraNET. Now we're using Google Chrome, and that is, on a PC, that is the best browser to use. It supports all the functionality of BOATraNET, and we've fully tested it with Google Chrome. So it's a free download from the Google site, so it's well worth getting that. Okay, so what's happening now is BOATraNET is not connected to the internet, so I'm not going to get my web page, my normal home page, which is google.co.uk. Instead, what I'm going to type in here is BOATraNET, in fact .net. Okay, so I'm going to hit return there, and this takes us to the login page of BOATraNET. So in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bookmark that, because we're going to be coming back to this a number of times. So I'm going to put there BOATraNET login. Okay, so now I've got a bookmark button there that I can come straight back to this page anytime I want. Now the first time you've turned BOATraNET on, you'll get this disclaimer, and this basically is just warning the proper use of the product and the Navionics charts that are included in it. So I'm going to hit OK to agree to that, and then it takes us to the home page of BOATraNET. So BOATraNET homepage just consists of a number of these coloured icons, and each icon will take us to a different web page that BOATraNET creates. And we've got a charting, we've got a web page. Now that is if we've got a web connection, and to get a web connection on BOATraNET you'll need to use it with our one of our long-range Wi-Fi adapters. The new WL510 is the best one to use. We've got a GPS page, navigation page, instrument page, settings page. I mean, there's a whole series of different pages. Down the bottom here we've got the media. We can put music, photos and docs onto BOATraNET, and I'm going to do a separate video about that aspect of BOATraNET operation. And also I'll also do another video about how you can use the WL510 to connect to the internet with BOATraNET. That'll be a different video. But for today's video I'm going to take us to the settings, because it's quite important that you can set up the language or the date format and all the different options. Now we've tried to pick the most common defaults, but for instance time zone, you need to set up your time zone that you're in. I've already set ours up for Western Europe time, which is my time zone. And then you select the time zone you want, and we're in the middle of summer, so I'm going to select daylight saving time, and down the bottom there is an apply button. So confirm the change, and you just get this pop up OK to tell that it's successfully applied those connections. So I'm going to go back now, What other things can we? Well, we've got things like lat long format. We can have degrees, degrees minutes, degrees seconds. I'm going to set mine to degrees minutes. Again, confirm change. That's that. Ship's icon. This sets up the ship's icon that's used on the chart plotter. So I'm going to set that for a sailboat. But you've got 5 different icons there to select. Confirm the change. Okay. Units of measure, so distance, speed, depth. I won't go through all of these, but defaults to meters for depth, and speed should be in knots. Yep. And distance in nautical miles. So yeah, all of those things. So just familiarise yourself with the settings. Also on this page, this is where you can reboot BOATraNET. So if you want to reboot BOATraNET for any reason, it's useful after a software update, for instance. And you can actually turn off BOATraNET from here. Now BOATraNET will is fairly forgiving, and it will be okay if you turn it off at the circuit breaker without powering down properly. But it's just like on a PC. It's best to actually trigger the unit to shut down through the correct process. And with BOATraNET, you come to the settings page and you select this button here to turn it off. Okay, so that's really the main settings. I would familiarise yourself with all the different options, but I'm not going to do that today on this video. I'm going to now take you to the sort of basic functions that and introduce you to those. So the chart function, if we click on here, it uses Navionics charts. It comes, depending upon which unit you've purchased, it will come with the silver charts embedded for the region that you've requested. Now I'm just going to zoom in here. You get all the different boxes on the screen are showing you the different charts. We can actually turn that off. So if up here you've got, it shows high, but we can set that to low, or probably the better one is if we go normal. So that turns off the boxes, but it still keeps the majority of the important navigational chart data displayed. So we can zoom in using the plus button here, and each time I zoom in it requests a new chart from BOATraNET. You can see here that we've actually got our boat accurately positioned where we are, and it's showing that we're going in a easterly direction. Now the red line that connects the boat is connecting to the next waypoint, so the green flag there is the next waypoint. So this is not intended to be a full function navigation chart plotter. This is really just to give you a very quick and easy way of just seeing where you are, where you're heading to, i.e. the next waypoint. And if you want to zoom around and look at, let's say for instance we're going to be in Lymington tonight, and I wanted to have a look at Lymington and see what facilities are there, or look at the approach, then I can do that quite easily. And if you've got other people logged into BOATraNET, they could be looking at a completely different chart area to the one that I'm looking at now, and it will quite happily provide different charts for different people logged in. So if I want to go back to the boat at any time, I just click on the center boat icon, and it takes me straight back to where the boat is. So that's the chart feature. I'm going to go back to the home page. So to go back to the home page at any time, you just click the home button, which is in the top left hand corner. I'm going to have a quick look at the GPS data that's coming in. So I've got my lat long. Now depending upon what GPS you've got connected and what NMEA sentences it's sending out, some of these fields may be blank, as we're seeing here, and the other pages on the GPS are the signal strength, so it shows the satellite signals, and also the GPS satellite positions. So this is where all the satellites are. So you can see that satellite number 11 is just disappearing over the horizon. Okay, so that's the GPS pages. The pages that we're going to have a quick look at are navigation. So this is showing me course, speed over the ground, bearing and distance to the next waypoint, and the estimated time of arrival based on our current speed. Now if I click on these basically let's take you through what these multiple, so when there's multiple pages you get these little dots here to indicate that there's 2 pages and that we're on the first one, and if I want to look at the other page I just click on the arrow here. If I was using an iPhone here I'd just be able to swipe the page in the direction that I want to go. So now we've got a sort of rolling road indicator. Here you've got the fact that we're heading for Mark 001, which is the next waypoint name. We're slightly off track at the moment, but not too far. So that's quite a good page to show you how we're progressing to the next waypoint. What other? We also got instrument pages. So this is giving us the speed and depth. Again, this assumes that you've got suitable instrument data coming into BOATraNET on the NMEA 0183 interfaces. It's got 2 NMEA 0183 interfaces, and it can accept different data coming in on the 2 different interfaces. So we've got a steering compass type display here. Basically what we've got is the red arrow is indicating the direction we need to steer to get to the next waypoint, and the green here is showing that we're actually on a course of about what's that, about 80 degrees, and we actually need to be on almost 90 degree to start steering to the waypoint. And also on the instrument we've got an apparent wind speed gauge, so we've got 4.1 knots of wind coming in on a starboard quarter. Okay, so that's the instruments. What else have we got? When you're setting the system up initially and you want to see what NMEA data is actually coming in, we've put an NMEA display option here, and you can actually go start record, and then it will actually show you the raw NMEA 183 data that's coming in on the 2 different ports, and that's quite useful for just double checking what data is coming in and it's connected up correctly, and also if there's any issues where you think you're not sure if you're getting the right data or not, you can actually record this file, and if I now go stop and save and then download file, it will actually let me download the raw NMEA data, and I could then send that to Digital Yacht for further analysis and to understand if you've got a problem with the NMEA 0183 interfacing. So that's that screen. Now, so that we've covered now how to connect to BOATraNET, how to set it up in the settings menu, and we've covered 4 or 5 of the sort of more popular functions of BOATraNET. There will be other videos of it coming out which show you how to set up, for instance, and use the music and the photos and the documents, but for today that's all I'm going to cover, and I hope you've enjoyed watching, and look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thank you. Goodbye.